Hi all! Today we are going to draw a retro TV set. So I'm going to use a Sharpie. You could use a pencil or a pen or a colored pencil, whatever you have on hand. I'm going to start off with a rectangle here in the middle of my sketchbook paper, but I'm going to kind of round off the corners a little bit so it's not a perfect rectangle, because I'm thinking about the TV that I had growing up in the 80s, and it was rectangular, but it had kind of rounded corners instead of perfectly square corners. And then on the side, there was kind of a long rectangle like this. Inside that rectangle, there were lots of buttons and knobs. So let's draw 2 circles for the knobs, because when you change the channel, we didn't have a remote for our TV. You had to actually get up and turn these big bulky knobs. And they had lines that went like that. And those were the part of the knob that you held onto to turn it. And it had some little buttons here and other little knobs for volume and brightness and to turn on and off your TV. And then the speaker, what the sound came out of, was down here. So I'm going to draw some little lines here to show that's where the sound came out of the television. This part right here is going to be the screen for our television. Again, it's going to have some rounded corners. It's going to be kind of rectangular, but it's not going to be perfectly rectangular. It's going to have these rounded corners like that. And our television growing up had what we called bunny ears. It was really just an antenna that had a big round part that stuck up at the top, and these 2 long antennas that you had to adjust so that you could see whatever TV show you're watching. And they had these little kind of knobs at the end, and you'd have to get up off the couch and go to the TV and move the antennas, and it was such a pain, but you didn't want to watch a staticky show. And when the TV was on, it would get really hot. So the TV had little kind of feet underneath it like this, so the air could circulate underneath the TV and it wouldn't overheat. Okay, and there is our retro television from the 1980s. I'm going to go ahead and add some details and some color and a background to my television set. Yours could look like mine, or it might look a little bit different, and that's okay. You could use crayons, markers, colored pencils, whatever you have on hand to add details and add a background to your TV set. Okay, there is my retro 80s television set, and I added a background that's looking pretty 80s also. I hope you had fun. The end.